Hello, this is Mrs. Michelle Kirkman, and I'd like to welcome you to AP English Language and Composition. You are watching this video because you have been accepted into the class, and I want to help give you the keys to success and have you be prepared for this class when we go to actually start in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to go through this presentation, give you a lot of information, specifically in 5 major areas. Now, yes, there is a 6th one listed here, but that 6th one is just keeping in mind this idea of taking the AP test. It is a requirement that in May of 2016, at the end of your junior year, you will be required to take the AP test. Now, the benefit of this AP test, if you pass, you not only do you get college credit and get out of a class called English 101, but it can also, and I'll explain more later, get you out of taking college placement exams when you actually get into colleges during your senior year. So it can actually be very beneficial to you. Now, the 5 things we're basically going to cover today on the next couple of slides is this idea of technology expectations, textbooks, supplies, the summer reading list, and summer classes. Now, the idea is that these 5 major things, and giving you this information now before we even start classes, are going to make you more successful and make you better able to make the decision on if this class is right for you or not. Now, the first thing is this idea of technology expectations. For those of you that are not new to Pilibos, when I came around and I gave the packets and went over the expectations of the class, I told you about this huge usage of technology. This year is different with comparison to previous years. The first thing you'll notice is you're watching a video. You're not watching a video for any of your other classes, but you are watching one for this class. Now, this is just the beginning of video watching for the year. Now, this thing of what we call flipping a classroom. This is the main method of teaching I will be using this year with this AP English class. Now, keeping this in mind, it is important that you understand the idea of a flipped classroom. And I'll explain this more in person when we meet in August as well. But flipping a classroom does not mean flipping where all the desks are and turning them upside down or putting the students on their heads or anything like this. It basically just means flipping it to where the lectures take place at home. I'm going to take time from my day to record my lectures in a video format with a visual like what you see here, and me going over it. The videos will average about 10 to 15 minutes, and you'll need to watch videos probably 3 to 5 times a week. You have access to my video library. You can go over them again. You can watch them all to prepare for tests and quizzes and that type of stuff. Now, just because we watched a video at home doesn't mean that we're not going to discuss it the next day. So you'll watch a video at home, you'll take a quiz, you'll do some homework with it, and then during class the next day we will go deeper. I will not re-lecture, so keeping that in mind, it is your responsibility to watch the videos. If you're not going to watch videos, then this is not the class for you. So yes, there's a lot of online learning components to it, like an online class, but then we also take that knowledge and we turn it around in the classroom, and the learning that you would normally do at home and the critical thinking and the going in depth is actually going to be done inside the classroom instead. So I can help you go deeper. I can help you facilitate that learning and that information. Now, in previous years, I've always used a lot of technology, and this year is no different, except for the addition of the flipping of the classroom. Now, going along with this, you will have your own blog, which is not new to the class. You can ask students from previous years. A blog is basically an online journal that you will keep for my class. You will write 2 entries per week. You will respond to 2 students' entries per week. And it is a great tool to get used to writing in this style and in this fashion. You will build your own. You will have specifications. I'll show you the website. You'll probably watch a video like what you're watching now that will go through the how to actually make it and what to do with it and what the expectations are. You will also have daily online homework besides just watching the videos. With the videos, there might be a worksheet, there might be some note-taking, there might be an online quiz, but there is something to do on a daily basis online. We will use Turnitin.com to read your essays for plagiarism. You will also use this for your research writing class. Yes, you do have another writing class this year, as well as your English class. Jupyter is the grading system we use. I am very up to date, very organized with it, so everything you find for your grades is current and there. It will not be available till after actual classes start, August 17th, because they will still be in the process of setting up your schedules. Once schedules are set and we're starting into your normal class schedule, then you will actually be able to see grades on Jupyter. Edmodo and a class website will be hugely new to you. Edmodo is a online Facebook style page, but it's for educational purposes. That's why you see the word ed at the beginning is that abbreviation for educational. This is a place where we can chat, we can talk, you can take quizzes and surveys and get information from each other, share notes, share pictures, share information with regard to nightly lectures and stuff like that. So this is your place to chat about what's going on for your homework and in class. Now the class website is where all of this information will be kept. There will be one place you go to, and on that one place you will find the links to the others. So it will keep everything organized, which you will notice as we get into class how organized I am, that I require this here. Now this website is built by me. It is very user-friendly. It is the same type of website you will use for your blog. So you will notice how they go hand in hand and how easy it is, and you'll probably watch a video on it as well. Now, keeping in mind the reason I tell you about this technology is because if you were not willing to watch nightly videos, you're not willing to do homework online, you're not willing to use a class website or an Edmodo type thing, then this is not the class for you. I'm upfront with it because this is different than most classes. It's not a class where you come in, you sit down, I lecture for 50 minutes, you take notes, you go home and you study those notes. It's not that type of a class. It's more interactive, more open, and much more critical thinking and deeper analysis of items. So keeping that in mind is important. If this is going to be a problem for you, then this is not the right type of class for you. Okay. Moving on, textbooks. There are 2 required textbooks for this class. This is the main textbook, The Language of Composition, and this is our vocabulary book. If you're in this class or not, if you decide to stay, you will still be using a vocabulary book in the regular English class, but they do not use this textbook. So part of making the decision now will also keep you from having to buy a second textbook. Textbooks are due Thursday, August 6th. We will start chapter 1 in both of these on that 4th day of classes. Here are the ISBN numbers for you for the specific editions with the Wordly Wise. Make sure that you buy the 3rd edition and make sure you buy one that hasn't been used before. I will check them before we actually start working on them. Okay, supplies. This supply list will help you to be organized in my class. I am a very, very, very organized person and a very organized teacher, but I have high expectations of things that I want done within my class, and it annoys my students to no end, but these expectations will help you to become more organized, more professional, and better studiers. So, yes, they seem a little nitpicky, but paying attention to these. The first one, we will be writing in an in-class journal, just like you write on an online journal for your blog, you will be doing an in-class one. I want a single subject notebook, not a composition notebook with the checkered front pages, just a single subject, cheap 25-cent notebook from like Staples or Office Depot. Pens, lots of them in black and blue. You're not allowed to write in other colors. You can write in other colors for your notes, but you cannot write in other colors for your assignments, your journals, tests, quizzes, anything. So I require lots of black and blue pens. Pencils, we use those for Scantrons and for grammar tests. Highlighters, you need at least 3 colors. Yes, I know you're all cool, just yellow. I highly recommend 3 colors. I will be showing you systems on writing to help improve your writing that require that you use a 3-color system. Whiteout is, yes, it's an optional item, but because I'm neat and organized, it's nice to have. The pen one is the preferred, not the liquid, but that's just because it's neater and quicker to use. If you just want to cross things out neatly instead of using whiteout, I am completely okay with that. Now, this next item here, binder, notebook, lots of paper. I do not care or have a preference to binder versus notebook. Use what you want to use. Use what you prefer, what will stay better organized for you, what fits in your backpack, what goes in your locker better. It is your option on that. The biggest key is this idea of lots of paper. We will sometimes have lectures in class. You will take notes at home from lectures. You will be doing lots of activities in class. So it is important that you have lots of paper. And I do not provide paper for everything. 3x5 note cards. You will be keeping a flat set of flashcards for this class. So I require at least 1 pack of 100. I actually suggest that you keep more than 1 pack because not only are we going to have flashcards for Wordly Wise, we're going to have flashcards for literary devices and techniques as well. So I would actually suggest maybe 2, possibly 3 packs. I list computer access here again. I don't care what type of computer you use as long as you have one so you can watch videos and do your homework. Now, the summer reading list was published back in June. These were the 2 books that you were assigned to read this summer. Night by Elie Wiesel is a Holocaust memoir written by Elie Wiesel, who is a survivor of the Holocaust who was in concentration camps. So this is his memory of what had happened. And then on the other side, drastically different book. 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini, same author of The Kite Runner. You read The Kite Runner. If you went to Pili Bush, you read it as your last book at the end of 10th grade. Great novel. 1,000 Splendid Suns is not a sequel. It's from a female protagonists, so completely different aspects to this novel. You will notice here it says just read the books. It says no projects. We will take care of the project aspect the first couple days of classes. Okay, now classes start for this on Monday, August 3rd. You got the list of classes and times when you got the acceptance for your classes, so you should have that schedule. Check it. Classes are each an hour and a half long. Now, in that hour and a half, we're going to get a lot done in the first 2 weeks. You notice here, I put a schedule. You will always have a schedule for the week for my class and knowing what's coming up, what homework's due, what books to bring, what day we're doing what activity. So this is just getting you started on that idea of that organization and that expectation. Now notice here on the first day of class, we have a 20-point reading quiz. You walk in the door, you pull out a black or blue pen, you sit down, you take a reading quiz. We're not discussing the books before this reading quiz. It is detailed, it is informational, it's 10 points on each book, making sure you read the book. You read them? Great, you should do fine. On the Tuesday, we will discuss the books, and then on Wednesday, you will take a test. It is not the only thing we will do on Wednesday, so please expect to do more than just take a test in the hour and a half. It is a 60-point summer reading test. Well, now that you know what to expect for this class, and you've seen these keys to success, it is important that I wish you this idea of good luck. Over the next couple of weeks, you have some big decisions to make. You have to decide, should I take 3 AP classes? Should I take 2? Should I take 1? Should AP English be one of them? You need to let me know by July 25th via email if you are going to be in this class or not. So that gives me the time to finish building the technology aspects that are required for this class. I'm available via email. You can email me anytime. I'll get back to you, answer questions. Have a great rest of the summer, and congratulations again, and I will see you on August 3rd. Thank you and goodbye.